Okay, hello Graham Bears. Today we have an important training. As you know, we have been practicing drills. This is safety month, but the truth is we need to be safe at all times. So what we do is every month we practice fire drills, and I will tell you it's going great. Fire drills are great. Even when we have substitutes come and we have a fire drill, the substitute is, oh man, these kids already know what to do if there's a fire, and they're impressed. We practiced our earthquake drill, and that was yesterday. So when it happens, if it happens, we know what to do. And that's why we practice. It is not meant to harm you or scare you. It's meant to help you. And now in the reality of these times, in this world, in our society, we need to practice our run, hide, defend drill. It is called the run, hide, defend drill for a reason. It's not called defend, hide, run. It's not called defend, run, hide. It's not called defend, what's another combination? It's not called hide, run, defend. It's called run, hide, defend. And the reason why is because that's the order in which you have to think to keep yourself safe. And I will tell you, I've been reading lots of articles, I've been listening to podcasts, I've been talking to our police and fire stations, and everybody agrees that the most important part, if there is ever an intruder anywhere, it could be anywhere, school, out, you're out about, you're doing stuff, maybe you're in a building, maybe you're outside a building. The most important part is listening, being quiet, so you know where the threat is taking place. Because when you know where the threat is taking place, then you could make a decision, should I run or should I hide? And that's the most important decision you'll make during an intruder alert. Should I run or should I hide? It's really difficult to practice that because you won't know unless you're in that situation. So what we're going to practice today is we're going to practice the barricade and hide portion. But that is not what you do first. It is not. The first thing you always do is quiet and listen, because you have to know where the alert is coming from, where is the intrusion. Then, and only then, can you make a decision, should you run or should you hide? Now, you practice running in PE all the time. So if you make that decision and you say, okay, stop, let's listen, let's figure out where this is coming from. After you make that decision and you say, I'm going to run, then what you need to do is figure out where to run. And that's another piece. That's another piece for you that you have to figure out in the moment. And if you want your executive functioning skills to be sharp, you have to practice them all the time, and you have to make sure that you know where to run. Where? You have to know the campus really well. Wherever you are, if you're in the bathroom, if you're in the hallway, if you're in the classroom, you have to know, if I am going to run, because I think I can get out of here, because that's your safest bet, you have to know, well, where? Am I going to run towards the front of the school? Am I going to run towards the back of the school? I will tell you, if you run towards the turf or out by the field, there is a fence that surrounds that whole place. So you better learn how to, or no, not that. You better know in your head, I know how to climb a fence really quickly, so I can go that way. But if you can't, don't run that way. But your best bet to keep yourself safe is to run and to know where to run and to know when to run. So we're not going to practice that part because that's a difficult piece to practice because you don't know where or when because it depends on the situation. It's very situational. So what we're going to do after this, I'm going to head to the main office. I will get on the PA system and I will say, okay, as we discussed, we are now going to practice the barricade, hide, lockdown part of our drill. What we're going to do then is, again, we're going to stay calm. It has to be quiet because you need to be listening at all times. Because as you know, maybe the intrusion, when the intruder comes, the intruder is here, and then they're here, and then they're here, and they're moving. So it needs to remain quiet so everyone can listen and hear. And then what you're going to do is all the necessary things, and your teacher has a checklist. You're going to lock the door. That's what those lock blocks are for. So you don't have to take out a key, and all you have to do is flip, and the door is already locked. All you have to do is flip the lock block and then close the door. So that's what you're going to do, and everyone is part of the team. Everyone. It's not just your teacher who's going to do this. You're also going... What's that?
When do we show the slides?
I'll cue you. You're also going to close... You don't want anyone to see inside because someone might be coming around. Like, is there someone in there? Is there someone in there? Is there someone in there? Because if they think someone's in the room, they might want to try to get in. So if we're practicing, then we're going to be super quiet so we can listen. We're going to lock the door, the door's already locked. You're going to close the door, push the lock block, close all the blinds. And then the third thing is you have to barricade because it's a deterrent. So there's all different kinds of barricades and what they look like. And again, please remain calm. Please do it the quietest you can. Because if an intruder ever comes, then what they're doing is they're listening for noise. So even when you're barricading, you're going to be quiet. You're going to be calm, and you're constantly listening. Constantly. Sometimes, in an intruder alert, someone is able to get on the PA system and say, there's an intruder by room blank, whatever room it is, by room 102, by room 74. So in that case, listen for the PA system. But if someone is not available to get on the PA system, then you need to listen for noise and where the commotion is coming from. It sounds like a lot, but I promise you, if you remain calm and quiet and you listen, then and only then will you be able to make some really, really good critical decisions. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you some slides of barricades that are helpful. Again, this is what we're going to practice. We're not practicing the running. The running you're going to practice, you run all the time. Just make sure you're a fast runner. Okay, so let's put the barricade pictures up. Are we ready, control team? Okay, here's the first one. As you can see, they've barricaded chairs, tables. I don't know, some teachers have couches. Good. Okay, you want to go to the next one, or is there just one? 3? Okay. And make sure your doors are locked. And then again, you want to back yourself and the students against an internal wall. And then you're going to stack all the furniture approximately 3 feet high in a semicircle around the room. That could be another type of barricade. And then if possible, leave an opening on on the side of the semicircle if there's a need to leave to go to the bathroom. Or if even like just to get out of the semicircle. Do you have a picture of the semicircle? There it is, cool. So that's the barricade within the classroom. So you barricade the door and you can barricade within the classroom. That's another type of barricade. Great. Good. Okay, and let's look at the next one. Is that it? Okay. Okay, perfect. So those are the types of barricades. It doesn't have to look exactly like that. Be creative, be innovative, but I'll tell you what, again, if you cannot run, then you get yourself in that room and you are barricading and you are so quiet because you don't want anyone to know you're in there. You're going to close all the blinds, turn the lights off, all of that. Just think about how are we going to make sure that nobody knows we're in here. Then, let's just say, who knows why, who knows how, but let's say the intruder gets in. Then you fight for your life. That's how it is anywhere. If your life is threatened anywhere by somebody, then you fight for your life. That's a skill to have for life. So if someone tries to get in that door, then you're going to use whatever that you can to help. Fire extinguishers are always great. They're heavy. And if you know how to activate them, use that. There's chairs, there's tables. Like, you just do whatever you can to defend yourself. I know this may sound scary, but this is the reality of our world, and we need to know how to protect ourselves, and we need to know that we can be safe. Let's see, what was the last thing? Oh yeah, okay. And again, like I said, if you're anywhere, you could be inside, you can be outside, but you need to know what to do if you're outside and there's an intruder alert. Again, always, what do you do first?
You run. Then you hide.
Yep. They always run first. So let's say you're out and about. Let's say you're in the school bathroom, you're in the hallway, you're in the office. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to be silent and you're going to listen and you're going to determine where is it? Where is the alert? Where is the intruder? If you think you're going to run, you're going to run. Know the campus because you have to know where to run. And lastly, if you're in the bathroom, you can close the bathroom, you can lock it, but please be silent. Please. Now, in this case, we're not going to be in the bathroom because this is a drill. So we're all going to be in the classroom and we're practicing together in the classroom for the barricade. But in an event, if you are not in the classroom, first you're going to try to get into a classroom, the closest classroom. Now, I will say, you never, ever open the door for somebody. I don't care if they knock and they say, oh, open up, it's the police, all is safe. Oh, it's Principal Glassy, all is safe. Ever. You never, ever open the door for anybody. The only way that door should be unlocked and opened is by someone from the outside, and then you know it's safe. So if a police officer has the key and opens it up, but you never, ever open that door for anyone because you have no idea who's on the other side. Even if you know it's me. Even if you think like, oh, it's Miss Glassy, let's let her in. No, because you don't know who's with me. So you do not ever open that door. I want you to be safe, I want you to be sound, and I want you to be able to make good decisions. So please remember, it's called run, hide, defend for a reason. Because you run first, you hide, and if possible, if necessary, you will defend your life. So that's what I want you to remember. Again, we're only going to practice the barricade lockdown. And please, like I said, please please, I want you to make problem solving. I want you to do critical thinking skills and also remain quiet. Now, there is a team, there's 4 different teams that are going to be walking around the outside of the classrooms, and we're going to be taking notes. And the reason why is because then afterwards, we're going to talk afterwards, and we're going to debrief about how it goes, and then we will give all of you the information. So we'll just go outside of every door. We're going to make sure the door is locked, because that's the first thing. We're going to make sure it's absolutely silent and we can't hear you. And then we're also going to make sure that everything is closed so we can't see inside. So that's going to be our process. And then after we check all of the doors and we check all of the classrooms and take notes, so it'll just be room 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll take notes. Room was silent, door was locked, and blinds were closed. And then we'll get on the PA system. So I'll get on the PA system and I'll say thank you for your support. It is now the drill, the practice is now over. So that's the beginning, from beginning to end. That's what this is going to look like. I trust that all of you are on board. You're all going to follow the directions and the protocol. So right now, I'm going to leave here and I'm going to go walk to the main office. And as soon as I get to the main office, I'm going to announce on the PA system that we will start our drill. We will give you some time to do what you need to do. And then we're going to start walking around. We'll give you about 5 minutes. And then we're going to start walking around and checking the protocol. Blinds closed, doors closed and locked, silent. And again, I know you're going to be building a barricade, but it still has to be quiet. You can play the quiet game, nobody talking. Because think about it, if there's an intruder and you're building a barricade, you do not want that person to know that you're inside. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Stay safe. I love all of you, and I want you to be safe, healthy, and making good decisions. Okay, I'm going to walk to the main office now.